Welcome to a brand new experience for your brain. A review show unlike any other on the net. Join Reverend Jeff and Wes Losner for a look into movies and entertainment like only they can bring it to you. Classics, horror, sci-fi, you name it. Nothing is safe for these guys. All wrapped up in a bit of fun for everyone right here on Whatcha Watchin. This week on the show, what happens when Mr. Goldie Hawn gets lost? Well, big trouble in Little China. That's right. He takes it to Hollywood, and Hollywood brings the CGI effects like we've never seen since 1986. All that and more tonight, right here. Here now are the stars of all this mess, Reverend Jeff and Wes Losner. Oh, hey Wes, man, did you catch that girl with the third nipple?
Third nipple. Did you see how many ping pong balls she fit up there, bro?
From 30 feet away. Speaking of things, man, we got to get this content warning thing figured out. What do you think we ought to say?
Oh, God, that stinks. Well, we got to make sure we say things like shit, fuck, cocksucker, motherfucker, bitch, tits, ass twat, fart, balls, cunt.
Oh, don't forget moist panties, because that'll offend 80% of female listeners right from the start.
Speaking of moist panties, where's that chick with the third nipple? I want to see if it looks like mine.
Well, welcome everybody to What You're Watching. If you've managed to get in this far, I'm one of the hosts of this mess, the Reverend Jeff Kelly, and we have you here. Sitting on the opposite side of this mess is the one and only Mr. Wes motherfucking Losner. How you doing, buddy?
I love that. What's going on? I hope everybody's ready for this shit tonight. We're gonna be talking some shit, basically, huh?
Oh, dude. It gets crazier and crazier. The deeper we get into Netflix, the deeper the movies are good. It's just, we have got some shows planned out for y'all. That is for sure. Pardon the YouTube deal tonight. I don't know what their broadcast problem is, but it's not me because I've got 100 megs a second. So it's 9 p.m. We even try to make the show later to try and make it good. So if you're experiencing interruptions out there, call YouTube. Get a hold of somebody because I sure can.
And tell them to fuck off.
Yeah, because I'm a creator and I can't even get a hold of them. They make money off of my dumb ass. And, well, again, they don't do really much for me for that. Anyhow, this time of the show, we usually talk about, hey, what are you watching in trailers? So, hey, Wes, what you watching, buddy?
The first one that I watched was Raw. I saw a trailer, Raw. Right.
Raw.
Now, I read the little bit about it, said cannibalism and everything, so I'm like, oh, okay, all right, you got my attention. This is going to be freaky. And it looks pretty dark, the chick looks like she gets the hunger, and she starts wanting to eat people and shit like that, So I don't know. It seems like a good watch. However, I don't know. I kind of feel like it's going to be kind of boring, but it's still going to have its good parts. It was an
official entry into the Sundance Film Festival. So it's an independent film. So, take that for what you want.
It's going to drag.
It's going to get dragged.
Cool parts.
They're going to bore you to death, and then there's going to be some cool parts, and then they're going to drag, walk some more, and then they're going to drag, talk some more. And aren't those words from our last show? We patented those words way back when. All right, what was the next thing you were watching their show?
Fuck, I don't even remember. Oh yeah,
Don't hang up.
Now this
Two
movie,
teenage pranksters have
yeah,
have their tables turned on them when mysterious phone call spirals into a night of terror. You
yeah,
might be next.
this shit goes nuts. Like in the trailer, now I remember this shit. This shit goes nuts. It looks good. It looks like it's gonna have some like scares in it. You know, like
And with it being a Lionsgate film, you know, they also put out
it's
Blair
got a
Witch.
Scream
Yeah,
feel to
yeah,
it. You know, like the Scream movies. It's got that feel to it, but without the. I don't know if
without
there's
the big
probably
boobies
a
running
masked
upstairs.
killer. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I don't know if there is or not. You know, so I don't know what to say. You know, like you don't see a killer, but you fucking see a shadow. I don't know, like, but just don't fucking hang up. I mean,
The
don't hang up.
killer always rings twice. All right, and finally, what was the last one you were watching this week? Was Clowntergeist?
Clownter guys. Now, see, I was gonna choose this other one, but because I know how much you love clowns,
Well, I don't love clowns. I'm not
well,
afraid
you're
of clowns.
fond of them.
I don't fear clowns. Let's just put it that way. I am not afraid of clowns.
I just, you know, if I find something clownish, I'm gonna bring it to you. You know, that's
Clowns make
just
me
my thing.
angry.
I know, and I like to push buttons. So this is me
Yeah.
pushing a button live on the air. But yeah,
Wow.
this I don't that it's just crazy. Like this, like you know, killer clown is just terrorizing kids, basically. You know, and like he's a fucked up looking, scary clown that is like a serial killer,
Clowns should not
supernatural.
exist in the 21st century. They
But
just
they
should not.
do, and it's great.
I don't.
However,
Eh,
the
yeah.
clown version of Pennywise the Clown, the new one, the remake of it looks absolutely foolish. So I don't know. I'm worried about that. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I did see yeah, I've seen that coming, and I wasn't impressed with the first one, so
Uh,
it's kind of like that.
the first one's a classic, though. I don't know. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, that's basically what I saw in trailers. Rev, what you been watching?
Yeah, yeah. So of course you know me and like grindhouse movies.
Yes.
There's this new one coming out called Kuso. Events unfold after a devastating earthquake in Los Angeles. And if you watch the trailer, don't plan on getting a feel for anything because it is just complete and utter chaos. But it's a zombie hunger type movie. I don't know if it's exactly zombie because zombies, you know, they're getting to like copyright zombie. I don't know how that all friggin' works. How some can have a zombie show, but some can't have a zombie show. Some call them walkers. Some call they're all friggin' zombies, assholes. But yeah, it's a hunger cast type
We
of
don't
movie.
use the Z word
The Z word is
on the
just wrong.
show.
No, it's wrong. These are not zombies. They are walkers. They are totally different. But they do eat brains, and they don't. Yeah. So anyhow, Kuso, watch the trailer. You'll understand if you like grindhouse type flicks. This one will be one I'll be watching as soon as I can get me a copy of it
I
to
think I
watch.
know a good recipe for Kuso.
Don't knock twice.
Oh, I saw
That's
this
right.
one.
Don't hang up. Yeah, don't knock twice. That's right. Knock once for her to rise her from her bed, twice to raise her from the dead. So goes a disturbing urgent legend involving an abundance of houses supposedly inhabited by a vengeful, child stealing witch. When troubled teen Chloe
It's always a witch.
raps at the door one night, she has no idea the horror she's about to unleash. Fleeing to the country home of her estranged mother, a recovering addict who's turned her life around to become a famous artist. Chloe must learn to trust the woman who gave her up years ago in order to stop the bloodthirsty, shape-shifting demon stalking them. Don't knock twice. Dude, it was slick. It was scary. I'm digging it. So it's
Yeah.
when the pretty witch turns ugly. You know, that's the thing. You know, it's always they're always hot until they go witch form, and then they're like, you're 900 years old. Burn the
Yeah,
bitch.
see, fuck that. I like the just you can't ever see him. You never see him like the Blair Witch. Like fuck, I want that. I
Yeah.
want that kind of witch.
Yeah, so Don't Knock Twice was the second one I was checking out. And then finally, the third one, which is going to be a good movie, I'm pretty sure, is A Cure for Wellness. Don't ask me why, but this one just kind of gets to me because I'm not crazy. I'm just a little unwell. We've all been there for a while. But this particular
I'm
trailer
not
just,
crazy. I'm just a little
I'm just a
unwell.
little So that, in fact, is exactly what the old Reverend here was watching in trailers this week. A Cure
I
for
got a
Wellness. It's
cure
all
for
over the
wellness.
TV, man. Yeah, I got a Cure for Wellness too. It's called THC, and we'll be talking about that when we come up about next week's show. That's right. That's gonna be a whole lot of fun. So, yeah, how you doing out there, people in internet lands? Got through segment 1 all right, it seems. Let's see if we can get through segment 2 without blowing up the internet. This is about the part of the show every week when I look over at the at Wes motherfucking Losner and say, "Hey man, what you been watching on TV this week?"
First, I watched this movie with Samuel Jackson.
All right, that would be fine. We'll talk about that one.
Oh,
Unthinkable.
yeah,
That's okay.
my
A
bad.
psychological thriller centered around a black ops interrogator and an FBI agent who press a suspect terrorist into divulging the location of 3, not 1, but 3 nuclear weapons set to detonate in the United States.
Yeah.
Unthinkable.
Now, see, I like this movie. It's like a sum of all fears kind of, but this movie came out around the time that whole waterboarding bullshit was going on,
Right.
and this movie deals with a lot of torturing and stuff like that, but also it like deals with terrorist attacks. And there's 3 versions of this fucking movie. All right, I'm
3
not
versions of it?
crazy. I'm not fucking crazy. Now I've seen it on Hulu. I've seen it on Netflix, and there's another fucking I've seen it on another movie thing. All right. Now each time I've watched this movie, it's had a different ending. And it
Really?
pisses me off. There's 3 different fucking outcomes to this fucking movie. One is fucking horrible, and you're like, oh my god. Like, and then the other 2, you're just like, why? Like what happened? Like it's like, but they don't show that one. I think it's like something. It has to be like they can't. You can only see it if you buy it on DVD or some shit, because I'm gonna spoil it for you. The fucking one version that I see, this guy's hiding fucking nuclear bombs, and they all go. He basically sets them all off from the grave.
Nice.
And
nice. From the
they
grave
fucking,
at that.
just they go off, and at the end, you just know that they just went off, and that's how they end it. Like boom, everybody's dead.
Failure.
It's
You
dark
suck.
as shit. It's dark as fuck. The movie is dark as fuck the whole way through. And then it's like, what the fuck? Like these other 2 endings are so cheesy. So this Netflix one, it was like a happy little ending. Like that's not how I first saw this movie. Like, like
Right.
I don't understand,
Right.
but it's definitely worth a watch either way, because they all are good.
Nice. Unthinkable from 2010
Yeah.
with Samuel L. motherfucker Jackson.
Yeah, but like
All
you
right.
showed before, I of course, like I like to binge watch shows, and I just realized that they had the final 2 seasons of SOA on Netflix, so that's what I've kind of been like binging late at night.
Sons of Anarchy.
It's a good
Boy,
show. I dig it.
Mama Bundy never looked so good, huh?
Oh, Gemma.
Yeah. Katie
Yeah,
Seagal, boy. Woo. She
yeah.
can kick me in my Kickstarter anytime and be
Yeah,
just
love me
fine.
some Gemma.
Uh,
Yeah, it's a good show.
but
I
so
dig the show. Like at first, like I think I had stopped watching it for some reason, but then I ended up catching up now, and I dig it.
and finally, what will you wrap it up with?
Oh, okay. Now this is my blunder. All right. Now I'm not a gamer. Okay, so I didn't know this existed. All right, I'm just watching. I was watching Star Wars videos like I do, and I stumbled across something that said Star Wars full movie, Knights of the Old Republic. So I was like all stoked, like it looked all like cool. I was like, oh, this is a little animated movie. Well, basically, what this was a guy like took all the trailers from all these games, and I didn't notice it was trailers until I think the third one when I realized that they're advertising the game every like couple of minutes. I thought I was watching a fucking movie. But hey,
like, wow, boy, they're really trying to sell this game every 2.5 minutes with this fucking game, huh?
But
well,
you know
like
what?
The movie, buy the game. Like the movie, buy the game.
Hey,
like the movie, buy the game.
It's 29 fucking entertaining minutes. I'll tell you that. If you're a Star Wars fan, you'll fucking watch it.
Yeah, but like 18 of those minutes are trying to sell you the game.
Yeah. Oh no. It's just a little thing that comes on the screen, like like it's not long at all. No, but it's just like I didn't fucking catch on until like the third one. I was stupid with this one. I was just stoked. I hadn't seen it before. I was just like, wow, like I'd heard about some animated movies that people have made, but like, so I was like, oh, stoked on it. But I feel like a doof. But hey, you know what? It's still fucking dope to see like Darth Malgus and all those old school like Sith.
That's true. So it wasn't a complete waste of time.
No, it wasn't a fucking waste of time at all. It was definitely 29 minutes. I fucking don't care if I ever get back because it was awesome. But basically that's what I kind of watched. I mean, I've been watching other stuff. I don't want to mention like other shit, but I did just watch Belly with DMX. But yeah, so tell me, Rev, what you've been watching.
What I've been watching. Well, first week I started off the beginning of the week with Doctor Strange. From Marvel Studios comes Doctor Strange, the story of world-famous neurosurgeon Dr. Stephen Strange, whose life changes forever after a horrific car accident robs him of his use of his hands. When traditional medicine fails him, he is forced to look for healing and hope in unlikely places, a mysterious enclave known as Kamaratage. What
Looking
a piece
for hope in all the wrong places.
That's right. What a piece of shit superhero movie this. I'm sorry. I didn't get it. I didn't. First of all, the chick who plays the good guy in this movie irks the living shit out of me. I can't stand her. There's something about her face. I feel like that guy in Grandma's Boy. He's just like, if you don't change that face, I'm going to suck you right in the fucking mouth. I don't know what it is about your face that bothers me, but every time I see her face, it's just freaking, she ruined Constantine for me. She ruined The Beach for me. I'm sorry. I just can't stand, I don't even know her name.
Like
that's how much I don't care.
Movie we watched that I couldn't stand.
yeah, exactly. Just any movie she's in, I end up hating. But the guy that played Doctor Strange wasn't even believable.
Old Cumberbatch.
Yeah, I'm just not. I'm sorry. Boo. Sorcery. I'm magical. I'm a sorceress. Well, that doesn't make you a fucking superhero. That makes you a jackass with magic. Anyhow, that's what I started out with. And then
Mr. Potter.
Master Potter. That's right. Turn to page 492. Then I tried to watch War on Everyone with Michael Pena. Usually I can watch those movies. They're corrupt cops. They're out there just to, dude. I got 20 minutes into that shit show and turned it off.
Yeah, that's about how far I get.
And then I tried to watch this. These are all, mind you, these are all Academy Award nominated movies that I'm talking about here. I tried to watch Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. It was a story about a courageous kid whose sergeant was being pulled away by insurgents who just risked everything to save the sergeant. And then they turned it into this horrible fucking book followed by this horrible fucking movie about how fucked up this kid's life was after he got back to the States. I'm sorry. You want to tell me a courageous story about a war hero who saved his sergeant in the field? Then tell me that fucking story. Don't get me all hyped up for a good war story and then depress the fucking shit out of me for about an hour and 40 minutes. I ain't even get that far into it. I got an hour and 10 into it and just shut it down. Said, screw this piece of crap. So then I tried to watch Allied, that the new Brad Pitt movie that's out there. That too got nominated for an award-winning.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, spies are gonna kill some Nazi, and there's supposed to be spies and Nazis in it, but in the first 40 minutes there was none of that. So I got to about minute 42, and there still weren't any spies or any Nazism going on. So they went right into the shithole as well. So I ended up watching Idiocracy. That's right, Idiocracy. Mike Judge's 2006 satirical comedy follows a U.S. Army librarian selected for government-sponsored suspended animation and wakes up 500 years later to find out that he's the smartest person alive after society has become dangerously stupid. Though the film didn't have a large
theatrical familiar.
Exactly. And was subsequently a box office bomb, the film received general positive reviews and has since become a cult item. Now, 10 years later, Idiocracy returned to the theater in 2016. That was fantastic. Dude, I'm serious. I was just like, there was great cinematography in these movies. There was great scenic views in these movies. There were movies about poetry. There were movies about nothing. There were movies about bullshit, but there weren't any real. So far, Hacksaw Ridge, that's the only movie that I've seen so far that's been worth watching. Because I even went to the last thing I watched this week, which was Live by Night. That's right, the Batfleck. 1920s Prohibition. He's an Irish lad who gets sent down to Ybor City. If you don't know where Ybor City is, it's just outside of Tampa. It's basically little Cuba. It's where all the Cubans went to run their run and to run their cigars and everything else during Prohibition. Make a mob movie suck, it's Ben Affleck, because this is a love story. Yeah, there's some, don't get me wrong, there's some elements where people get shot in the forehead that you weren't expecting. Some mob scenes where there's some mob scenes where, a dozen guys get killed and they throw people off of, stairwells and shit. But for the most part, it's a love scene. It's a love movie, and in the end, it wasn't even it wasn't even relieving. It was just like, whatever. Okay, I'm done.
Fuck this shit.
Heaven is right here, heaven on earth. From the director of Argo and the Town, Ben Affleck's Live by Night. Now playing. Yeah, wait till it comes on DVD, people. Don't rush out to the theaters to see this one. Hey, that's just me talking though. Who am I? I'm the Reverend Jeff. That's who I am. Now we're gonna find out who you is, because we're gonna say hi to the peoples out there in internet lands. How you doing, people in the chat rooms coming by to see us
worldly box.
In the worldly box. That's right. Let's see who's out there tonight. Well, there'd be Mr. Dean Cooper, of course. He is there upon the. That's right. He's hanging out with Mr. Quasi. Lance Windsor, how you doing there, pal? The man with 4 Facebook pages. Now batting third base,
like
our center fielder, Mr.
Mogwai.
Kurt Harris. Hope you're feeling good, buddy. Stars shine, smiling at me. Nothing but stars shine. Do I see? How you doing? The life and times of JCM. That's right. Jevin Moore's hanging out there as well. Who's hanging out above them? Because I know there's more people in the house. There's Sam Squanch Rivera. That's right. How you doing there, pal?
Sam Squanch Rivera.
Glad you're hanging out with us tonight in the chat room. I know there's more people in here. I saw that there was Collier Wilmus way up there earlier. He's probably hanging out with his girlfriend, but he might be listening to the show. Who knows?
You mean that tiny little piece of rabbit fur he rubs on his nuts every day?
Bread boy. Oh, that's right, aka Bread Boy. And Kurt Harris wins the Whatcha Watchin trivia again for like the 4th week in a row. Congratulations, Kurt. There's your and Mr. Rod Tapuri
in the place to fucking be.
That's right, yo. that herbage is getting better and better as it's charred, my man. Hey, James the grower, how you doing, man?
He
Glad you're out
grows
there.
multiple different strains of tomatoes,
Some tomatoes, that's right, out
chocolate
there
chip tomatoes.
in La La Land tonight. That's who's out there. I saw Collier Williams. I did. I seen it. All right, let's see here. What the heck were we talking about tonight? Oh, that's right. We were talking
Fucking
about
shit.
Big Trouble. Porn. No, Big Trouble in Little China. That's right. Mr. Goldie Hawn's greatest 1986. John Carpenter, Kurt Russell. Still, there's not enough talk about Captain Ron. That's right. We're gonna talk about the.
You know what Jack Burton says? Okay, now, all right. Now I gotta say this about this movie. All right, I've maybe seen it 3 or 4 times when I was younger. You know, I'm talking way younger, and I don't think I've ever like fucking caught up and watched it all the way through again. And I can't believe how incredibly cheesy and bad the acting was in this fucking movie. So much that it was just like I've torn apart these movies from the other show that we used to do, and you know, like so like that's how I watch movies, is I tear them apart. You know, like in this movie, I swear, I'm like, it's so awesome, and John Carpenter, right? Like, oh man, but it was like even Kurt Russell blew ass on acting. I think the only one that did good was that Egg Foo Young guy.
Yeah, the Egg Foo Young guy. Yeah, he was definitely, dude. The plastic knife that he kept sticking in his teeth and climbing around everything was like a half-inch fucking thick with no edge on it. I mean, they didn't even try to hide the fact that it was fake. I mean, now remember, now this was done right around the same time as Escape from New York was, and it was done. It was very successful, and it was done in the same cheeseball type of settings and everything else. But the CGI effects, the lightning coming off of, you know, we could probably put better ones in now with free programs. Originally, the movie was set to be a Western. No, this is no joke. It was a Western. It was originally written to be a period piece set in the Old West, where Burton is a cowboy whose horse, not semi-truck, is stolen after he arrives in town. It was a screenwriter W.D. Richter, yeah, who decided to set it in modern day because Carpenter knows Rosemary's Baby worked because it was a modern day. Why wouldn't this? But the two films have never been more dissimilar in tone. Yeah, why not? Mr. Sallyfield had to not Mr. Sallyfield, Mr. Goldie Hawn had to learn to drive a semi truck for a few shots of the film. He jokes that he was terrified about hurting somebody, when Carpenter jokes that he was more concerned that the actor would be breaking the truck. Oh my God!
This movie was filmed in one alley and one building, basically.
Right, they had a warehouse and an alley on the back lot, and that was it. And you could tell it was a back lot set. Like the curbs were made out of foam, and you could tell they were made out of foam. I mean, it was just, make a right here. He's like, there's no road. And you could see when the truck squeals around the side that literally you can't make a real place like that. You're literally in make-believe land. Let's drive into Chinatown.
Oh, man. Yeah. And it's basically how the movie starts. Like that dude's driving into Chinatown and they witness that gang fight. And then the guys with the baskets on their head.
The set used for the opening season Chinatown were created by the Thing production designer John J. Lloyd. Russell and Carpenter both remember the set being used for a Janet Jackson video, with Carpenter even remember seeing Michael Jackson walking around the corner at the set when they filmed. Michael Jackson on the set of Big Trouble in Little China. The Hell of Bubbles, the chimpanzee scene, was sadly cut. Wow, that's fantastic.
He would have fit right in with all those freaks in their makeup.
They spent $3 million on marketing for the film. One particular executive kept telling the director that they were going to have big ads for the film, but what Carpenter saw didn't match this description. Russell jokes that he couldn't even recognize himself in the poster image. We had said that last week. Isn't it great? You can talk about this stuff now? Yeah, you crazy bastard. Yeah, the friggin' posters, all the posters were done in like this comic strip style of artistry. They weren't like real pictures. And you couldn't even tell it was Kurt Russell. It was just like, who's that dude with the mullet?
Yeah. Oh, man. But what's up with all the weird fucking hairy fucking monster that's all throughout this movie? Like, it made no sense. Like, they were talking about all this other stuff, but yeah, I mean, and at the end, you know, you got that fucking monster. So, like, he's still fucking alive.
Yeah.
That weird eyeball thing.
Yeah.
Meatball with eyes.
And the issue the studio had with the alleyway fight between the two gangs was that you couldn't tell who the good guys from the bad guys were. Carpenter notes that was intentional since he was seeing the event through Jack Burton's eyes. Carpenter lost the fight with the studio, and additional dialogue was added to differentiate between the two groups because good guys dressed in white and bad guys dressed in black wasn't obvious enough. 20th Century Fox execs obviously never saw a little movie called Star Wars.
Oh, and did you see, also speaking of Star Wars, I mean, since, you know, you mentioned it, you know, did you see that the new title for episode 8 is The Last Jedi?
Jedi, yes. The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi. I saw the Twitter blast. I absolutely did.
Yeah.
Yes, I most certainly did.
And people.
Oh my God! It's a sentence.
Yeah, people are fucking blowing up on. So is it plural? Because Jedi can be plural, you know. Like, so
right.
does that mean there's two? You know, but Rey's not a Jedi yet. She hasn't
faced
trained.
Her father yet. She has to face her father.
You know what I'm saying?
No. I am your father. The most misheard line in Star Wars history. Everybody thinks it's I am your father. No, it's no. I am your father.
It's always been that way, and then now some idiots are like, "Oh,
no, they changed it. It was back the way it was."
Yeah, retards. Anyways,
Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah. Okay, so basically, the plot comes down to this. They got a bunch of crazy Chinese people who want to kidnap girls with green eyes. So Jack Burton's sidekick is riding with them in the semi, and his girl's coming into the airport, and well, he's gonna go pick him up because the little Chinese man owes him money. He doesn't trust nobody. He ain't letting him out of his sight till he gets paid. So they go to the airport, and there's this other hooker reporter chick with green eyes there. And I knew she was going to be wrapped up in it too somehow. Oh, gee, I've seen the movie before. And basically, they kidnap little Chinese guy's girlfriend and take her to Chinatown. And that's where they have to go, and the fun ensues. I went very hard, so I'm no fun.
It's an hour and something minutes.
It's like an hour 28.
Horrible acting. The broad. The white broad with the green eyes can't act for shit. I mean, she's like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, everyone knows a girl like that. Everyone does. There's always so. Yeah, she's fucking annoying.
Everybody knows that girl.
Yeah.
That girl's just horrible. So, you know, the point that I wanted to get to one of this was when I brought up Let's Do Big Trouble in Little China. We both went like, "Oh, fuck yeah, man. We haven't seen that in forever, so let's watch that one." And we watch it now, and we're not quite as enchanted as we once were.
No.
Lesson most definitely
cool
learned.
but now watching it, you're just like, you really like, I don't know, like it's, you have to really, 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 really want to watch it, I guess, to not pick it apart and go, really, you know, I don't know. It's still good. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely a must watch. You have to watch it. I mean, it's cheesy.
Well, yeah, if you've never seen Big Trouble in
You'll
Little
be
China,
entertained.
that'll definitely be your loss if you never see this.
But
Uh,
also, watching that is, I mean, a movie like that is why other countries hate us.
Most definitely. That's why aliens won't speak to us.
It's because
It's
of
straight up why the
Jack
aliens won't talk to
Burton
us. Yeah, because of Jack Burton and Big Trouble in Little China.
and
Well,
the fucking Bacon Express. What does
next
he
week isn't
drive? What was his truck's
next
name?
week isn't going to do us any. I don't know. I have no idea. That's
I'm gonna
the
cut you
sad
off one
part
more
of it.
time. All right, you ready?
What are you talking about? I guess that's going to wrap it up on Big Trouble in Little China for us
Because
this
I
week.
don't know
Because
what else to
Wes has
say
just
about that
absolutely
damn
lost
shit.
his freaking mind. However, we're not going to be able to help out with the high IQ points next week any better because we're doing Halloween. That's right. It's a comedy horror movie. Was released in 2016 that somehow we both missed. So
No, I've
hopefully
heard of it.
I've heard of it. We just never watched it.
Yeah.
So we're going to feature this one on next week's Whatcha Watchin. That should be a fun show.
That's a cool picture.
Sure. Yeah, dude. It's gonna. We'll see. Well, hopefully, it will be a lot of fun. Stand by. There will be an after hangout, after show. So if you want to hit me up on Facebook, and I'll be glad to send you the link. Thanks for everybody for watching what you're watching this week. Don't forget the Facebook page, facebook.com/watchingvids. That's right. Share it with your friends. Get the word out there. We're getting more subscribers every week, and that's what we're hoping for. So for Wes motherfucking Losner, I'm the Reverend Jeff Kelly. That's right. And we say thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
Keep that chick locked up.
That's right. Don't want it anywhere near us.
Yeah,
I promise I will corrupt
this movie. I'm sorry. I didn't take notes. I didn't.
I just chilled and enjoyed it, man. I had so much.
Kurt Russell, fucking. I don't know.
I could have gone on for 34 more points about the show, but it just wasn't worth it.
He was good in Stargate.
Definitely. We'll get there too, eventually. See you next week, guys.
Peace out. And fuck.